Good afternoon. Here is OGTV News at 2. I am Bukola Agbakisu. As the world marks International Women's Day today, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, on Monday warned that with 25 million children marriages averted in the last decade, 10 million additional child marriages may occur before the end of the decade. UNICEF, in a new analysis released today, also alerted that the situation was threatening years of progress in reducing the practice of child marriage. The report tagged COVID-19 a threat to progress against child marriage, further warned that school closures, economic stress, service disruptions, pregnancy and parental death due to the pandemic are putting the most vulnerable girls at increased risk of child marriage. Reacting to the report, UNICEF Executive Director Henrietta Fore said COVID-19 has made an already difficult situation for millions of girls, even worse, sheltered schools. Isolation from friends and support networks and rising poverty have added fuel to a fire the world was already struggling to put out, but with the support of the entire world, must extinguish child marriage. First Lady Aisha Buhari has lamented the continuous mass abductions of women and girls by bandits and insurgents, especially in the north. She called on all stakeholders to exert their different levels of influence towards bringing the mass abductors to an end, while appreciating the efforts of women and girls in the fight against COVID-19. She noted that the pandemic has had a huge impact on women, disrupted education, careers, and proliferation of domestic violence. She urged everyone that beyond spreading the message of COVID-19 protocol, they should remember and support those negatively affected by the pandemic. Ogun State Governor Prince Dakpo Abiodun has hailed former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo on his 84th birthday. The governor, in a congratulatory letter personally signed by him, described Chief Obasanjo as the father of modern Nigeria. The statement added that the state today is on record as one of the fastest growing economies in the entire West Africa sub-region, alluding the development to the fact that the state is standing on the shoulders of giants like Chief Obasanjo. Governor Abiodun described Chief Obasanjo as a true son of Ogun State, and the government is proud of his unparalleled achievement. The statement adds that his 84 years have been a graceful service to mankind, and for those who have the privilege to witness the development of the nation since independence in 1960 will attest to the fact that God has used him at every turning point in the socio-political development of Nigeria. The governor, however, prayed that God will continue to grant the former president good health so that Nigerians will continue to drink from his fountain of wisdom for the continued development of the state in particular and the unity of Nigeria in general. The governor of Ogun State, Prince Dakpo Abiodun, has expressed satisfaction with the quality of work done on the Shagamu Interchange Abeokuta Expressway, which is currently under construction. The governor stated this while inspecting the road, noting that the objective is to make driving to the state capital pleasurable, create jobs for its teeming youth, and bring an end to the persistent loss of lives on the road prior to the road construction. Governor's office correspondent Tunde Olaniro reports.
Shagamu Interchange Abeokuta Road is an important road that leads to the Ogun State capital. Work has indeed reached top gear on the road, with the governor of Ogun State, Prince Abiodun, expecting to examine the level of work done.
So we were awarded the contract to rehabilitate this road. As you can see, the contractor has done the entire median. That median is going to be adorned with street lights from the interchange to Abeokuta. He has put the binding course or the binder course on the Abeokuta bound stretch of this road. They have now started the milling and the regularization of the outbound from Abeokuta to Shagamu part of the road.
He expressed satisfaction with the level of work done on the road.
And when we assumed, I said to you that every work in progress, every uncompleted project by any previous administration that has that the Commonwealth of the state has been invested in and that has a direct economic benefit to the lives of our people will be completed. And we've demonstrated that. We didn't build the bridge, the Kuta Bridge, we didn't build that bridge. We didn't award that contract. When we assumed office, you remember what that place looked like. You will come to Abeokuta and you'll be covered with dust. It was left in a state of complete chaos. We prioritized it. Today, that's history. We didn't have to make noise about it. You know, this administration is not about making noise. We don't believe in making noise. We don't believe in gallivanting. We just believe in being methodical. We believe in being sincere with our people, making promises that we can keep, and actualizing them. And that's exactly what we've done.
The governor noted that several road projects are being done across the state.
I think assurances are best given by the actions that we have taken. We are rehabilitating, reconstructing roads across the length and breadth of the state as we speak. And we started from our first 30 days in office. We started from Ogun West. We started with 2 roads that connect the state to Lagos State in Adeokuta local government. As we speak, we are working in Ipokia, we are working in Meko, we are working in Yewa South, we are working in Adeokuta, we are working in Ifo, we are working in Iwekoro, we are working in Abeokuta South, Abeokuta North, we are working in Obafemi Wode, we are working in Shagamu, we are working in the Kenya local government, we are working in Ijebu-Ode, we are working in Ijebu North, we are working in Ijebu Northeast, we are working in, we've done some work in Odogbolu. So really, assurances can only be best made by the actions that we have taken.
Prince Dapo Abiodun visited the road construction in company of his deputy, secretary to the state government, chief of staff, chief economic advisor, commissioner for information and strategy, and also had time to fraternize with the people of the area. Tunde Olaniro, OGTV News.
In line with the vision of the current administration to rebrand the state, Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has unveiled to the public the monument at the interchange called Gateway City Gate. The governor unveiled the monument when he paid an inspection visit to the construction site. Governor's office correspondent Tunde Olaniro reports.
This is the Gateway City Gate, the brainchild of the current administration in Ogun State, fueled by the vision to rebrand the state.
What you see behind us here is a monument. In the middle of that monument is our symbol, the logo of our state. It's still covered right now. This particular clover here is an intersection where when you get off the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, if you turn to the right, it takes you to the eastern part of the state. If you turn to the left, it takes you to the western senatorial district and the central senatorial district. So it is the major intersection where we all sort of meet. Almost pretty much symbolizes the center of the state. And if you look at our map of the state, this place is probably about the center of the state.
Gateway City Gate is a welcome center, a recreation park, and a state monument.
So this location is appropriately chosen and is meant to symbolize where our state meets each other, where the people coming from the east, people coming from the west and central meet each other. And that is what this monument symbolizes. You see, it has something coming from the left and from the right, and they all meet at a point. And that is the message here, the meeting point of the Gateway State. This is the like of what you see when you go to different countries. Different countries are identified by iconic monuments. In France or Paris, you have the Eiffel Tower. In Dubai, you have the Burj Arab. You know, and the likes. You have this kind of monuments that are symbolic of different countries. In New York, you have the Statue of Liberty. So we hope that This also will, when we finish it and we commission it, will now be a reference point in this state.
The governor expressed his view on the level of work done.
Beyond the monument itself, you can see that we are doing a lot of beautification. The whole place will be properly landscaped. And we are taking responsibility of the highway, even though it's a federal highway, right from, this is an extension of Shagamu Benin, or a Benin Expressway. We have decided to take responsibility of reconstructing the road right from the interchange all the way to Abeokuta, so that it would complement what we are doing here.
Prince Dr. Abiodun revealed that companies on the industrial corridor has expressed interest in the maintenance of the monument, which will be a beauty to behold when completed. Tunde Olaniro, OGTV News.
The Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, was among top government officials who were on Monday vaccinated against COVID-19. The chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, retired General Buba Marwa, also took a stand. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garuba Shehu, has also been vaccinated. In his remarks, Professor Gambari said the vaccination was painless and that he followed the footsteps of President Muhammadu Buhari, who demonstrated leadership alongside the Vice President by receiving the jabs publicly last Saturday. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, is currently meeting with all resident electoral commissioners in the country. The agenda of the meeting is not made available to journalists, but this is the first meeting the Commission is holding with the RECs after a series of consultative meetings with political parties and other stakeholders on the need to create more polling units. However, in his opening address, Professor Yakubu asked all RECs to submit inventory of all electoral materials in their care ahead of the next election. This, is said, will enable the Commission overcome the logistic challenges the Commission faced during elections, promising that the next general election will be better than all previous polls. In this communication technology-driven age, there is an urgent need of aligning with the emerging engineering practices in project delivery. This was part of messages passed across to the members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abeokuta branch, during the inauguration of Engineer Dr. Kolawole Adisa Olonode as the 15th chairman of the association. Adebola Oshomoji covered the event held at the Valley View Auditorium, Government House, Okegbe, Abeokuta. A report.
The Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE, is a professional society founded on the basis of high ethical standard to enhance competence in service and promote professional development and welfare of its members. In fulfilling these obligations, Engineer Dr. Kolawole Adisa Olonode has been inaugurated as the 15th chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abeokuta branch.
Will you support our chairman in the discharge of his responsibility as 15th chairman? Therefore, I shall, with full conscience of responsibility, hand over this insignia to our 15th chairman.
I look forward to seeing our branch being consulted by the government before taking any decision that has direct impact on engineering and engineers. This will be achieved by demonstrating our capacity and capability to the government. We shall be a partner in progress with the state government in its bid to provide the dividends of governance to the citizenry.
The outgone chairman of the society, Engineer Dr. Lanrewaju Ahmed Apampa, highlighted achievement during his tenure.
So the programs that I did as chairman were programs that he also had participated in as deputy chairman. So, and to the extent that he is very much aware of the things we did and the processes leading to that, he can only take it and fly with it.
Members of the society urged the newly appointed chairman and the inductees to be more prominent in the discharge of their duties.
We've seen your visions, we know where you are going, and you are very lucky to have these committed hands under your administration.
He will definitely perform. He's a performer. There's no doubt about it. And the whole of Abeokuta branch will actually get value for this from this chairman that we are inaugurating today.
The event featured the induction of new corporate members and award presentation to the outstanding members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Adebola Oshomoji, OGTV News.
The Ogun State Command of the Nigerian Police has promised not to relent in its efforts at accomplishing the task of providing the state with adequate security. The Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Abimbola Oyeyemi, reaffirmed this while parading kidnapped suspects on behalf of the Commissioner of Police, CP Edward Ajogun, at the Shagamu Divisional Headquarters of Ogun State. Elizabeth Esson reports.
Secret to series of kidnap cases within Shagamu and its environs last year, the Commissioner of Police in Ogun State, Edward Ajogun, directed the area commander and DPOs in that axis to face the situation headlong and bring perpetrators to book within the shortest period. The directive led to the arrest of one Oweniwe Okpara from Delta State and 3 of his children at Ajaka area of Shagamu for the roles they played in the kidnap of 8 persons at different times.
Edward Ajogun made a promise that the command will be taking battle to the doorstep of criminals in order to pay them back in their own coins. No case will go cold, and therefore criminals can succeed today, but under his watch, they will be fished out.
Some of the victims narrated their ordeals in the hand of kidnappers, as one of them also provided journalists with CCTV evidence against the suspects.
Some of them inside the car was telling them that, oh yeah, take the man to the car, take the man to the car. They took me to the car, and from there, they drove away. So along the line, when they get to the bush, they throw me down from the high top. I rode down.
For them 7 days before they left me in the bush there, after collecting their ransom. I paid them 5 million. My people, not me, my people gave them 5 million. And I still, I wondered that for 3 days before I could see somebody who showed me a road to come out of the bush.
According to Oyeyemi, the Shagamu Security Council, with the support of the Akarigbo of Remo Land, Oba Babatunde Ajayi, ensured quick apprehension of the suspects.
To achieve this goal, the cooperation of the general public is of utmost importance. The command is therefore using this medium to solicit for maximum cooperation from the good people of Ogun State by providing useful information that will assist us in eliminating criminals from the entire state.
The command, according to him, will always strive to ensure that the people of Ogun State sleep with their eyes closed. Elizabeth Esson, OGTV News.
Now foreign news. At least 17 people have died and more than 400 have been injured in a series of explosions near a military barracks in Equatorial Guinea, officials say. Sunday's blasts in the main city of Bata were caused by negligence around the storage of dynamite at the barracks, the country's president said. Images on social media showed huge plumes of smoke and widespread damage. People were seen looking for survivors in the rubble and lifting up debris from collapsed buildings. President Teodoro Ngema said in a statement that the impact of the explosion caused damage in almost all the houses and buildings in Bata and called for international aid. Now sports. John Laporta has been named as Barcelona president for a second time after winning the club's election. Laporta, whose central pledge was to keep Lionel Messi at the club, won more than 54% of the votes. The 58-year-old, who oversaw the appointment of Pep Guardiola as head coach in his previous spell at the club between 2003 to 2010, succeeds Josep Maria Bartomeu, who's resigned in October. Laporta signed the likes of Brazilian superstar Ronaldo and former Cameroon forward Samuel Eto'o in his first stint as president with the club, winning the Champions League twice, 4 La Liga titles and Copa del Rey. And to end the news this afternoon, your failure does not define you, your determination does. And don't forget that you can watch us live on these platforms: Apple, Roku, Facebook, and Android devices. You can also watch live on OGTV website, www.ogtv.com.ng/live, and email at info@ogtv.com.ng. And that's our comprehensive news at 2. Thanks so much for watching. Our comprehensive news package comes up at 8. Don't forget to join us. Until then, do have a wonderful afternoon.